Hey everybody, how are ya? Sorry, I'm just getting this set up really fast. So here is our first webinar on 5 ways to eat what you want and not hurt yourself for it. So pretty much it's my 5 tips and tricks for moderation, essentially. I know it sounds more woo-woo and hokey than the average, but I really think that these things work, and it's taken me a while to learn them and appreciate them and have them and implement them into my life, but they've really made a big difference. So let's get started with number 1. So number 1 is be present. Be present when you're eating. It's hard because I know we live in a fast culture. We live in a fast food culture, and it's easy to eat on the go. I do it all the time. I eat at work. I eat standing up. I get it. But it really does help to sit down, even if you're alone. A lot of times it's easier to sit down when you're with someone, but if you're alone, make it enjoyable. Dim the lights, put music on, enjoy what you're doing. Second of all, taste it. Acknowledge the flavors, textures, and savor it. We just go through life so often that we don't appreciate this part of food. That's what food was made for. It was made for, the different flavors and textures and being paired with wine or certain drinks, or it was made to be an experience, and we don't take that for granted, or we do take that for granted so much anymore. So I really challenge you to savor it and appreciate it. Put down your fork in between bites. And don't pick it up again until you finish chewing or swallowing. It's hard for me because I do that a lot. But I think if you could just chew each bite as it is, savor each bite as it is, don't worry about the fork in your hand, don't worry about the next bite. Sip water, sip a wine, sip something in between each bite. It really will help you to slow down and be present. And take a moment to breathe. Like I said, your food isn't going anywhere. It doesn't have legs. It's not going to walk away. It's going to be there. So appreciate it. Take time to breathe while you eat. It really helps. And let's see here. Come up for air. My dad always said, come up for air when we were eating, because we would just focus on our plate and shove it in as fast as we could. So like I said, take time to breathe, come up for air. Turn off the electronics. No phone, no TV, no computer. I'm guilty as all for this because it is easy to eat in front of the TV when your favorite show's on, to be texting your friend back while you're eating, to be emailing someone while you're eating. But the minute you do that, your focus becomes on what you're doing and not on what you're eating. So I would really recommend for you to put the electronics aside and focus on that. There's so many different degrees of hunger. Like my mentor, Jill Coleman, says, she says you're either feeling hunger or you're fighting hunger. And it's so true. And sometimes, so often when we feel hunger, we get scared. We're like, we're hungry, we got to eat because of our stomach. We're so starving. But that's not always true. Or we're feeling it and we're just eating everything in sight. There's so many degrees of it. So you can be to the point where I'm really hungry, but I could wait 20 more minutes max, like you're pretty hungry. Or there's another side of it as of I'm 80% full, but I could still eat more. So where are you? Feel in your body where you are, where you want to be, and where you're going to go from there, how much you're going to eat. And, take that into consideration. Next of all, slow down. Oh my gosh, this is my biggest thing. Like I said, again, sip your drink in between bites. Like I said, we live in a fast-paced culture. We're just taught to eat on the go. We're taught about fast food, drive-thrus. It's common, Eat with company. Enjoy your conversation. Make it a memory. Make it an experience. We kind of take eating for granted, and we just do it when we can fit it in. But it's meant to be enjoyed, and it's meant to be appreciated. Serve small in portions. Like I said, there will always be more. It doesn't have feet. It's not going to walk away. Researchers researched people who ate a slow meal versus a fast meal. Those who ate a meal in 9 minutes consumed 100 more calories than those who ate a meal in 29 minutes. 100 more calories. That's per meal. That means if you do that at 3 meals, that's 3 100 more calories a day by eating fast. So slow down. Like I said, I don't love this one, but try setting a minimum number of chews per bite. You won't always have to do this. It's just helpful when you're first starting out. I feel like if you're really focused on this all the time, you lose sight of what's actually happening. You lose sight of who you're eating with. You lose sight of the enjoyability of the meal. But if you're eating by yourself, it's kind of a good way to help get in the rhythm of chew slowly. Have like, they say 30 chews per bite. I feel like that's a lot. That is a lot, but it will definitely help you slow down. Your dog almost gets so tired that it just doesn't want to chew anymore. So try that. It really does help if you're just trying to find ways to slow down. And my personal favorite, which I've learned from a ton of dates, eat with slow eaters. Because sometimes I would be on a date with a guy who was eating so slow that I just felt like such a pig because I was shoving the food in my mouth. So if you're eating with a slow eater, you're going to mimic them. So that's another good way to learn. Okay, on to the next. Don't go into a meal starving. I mean, are you kidding? That's when you eat all the chips in the chip basket. That's when you eat all the bread in the bread basket. And then you hate yourself because you're not even hungry for the meal. So if you're starving before you go out to eat, or before you're about to eat like a heavier meal for dinner, or no matter what you're eating for dinner, if you're starving, eat something healthy to tie yourself over until the meal. My favorite personally is a hard-boiled egg, but carrots, apple, a bite of a protein bar, Greek yogurt, it doesn't matter. Just something that will hold you over so you don't eat everything in sight once the meal is set in front of you. Again, this will help you not overindulge on chips or bread that are served before the meal. Because the minute I get to a restaurant, there's something sat in front of me before my meal comes, I'll overeat that, and then I'll beat myself up after the meal for eating too much of it. So if you know you're going to be really, really hungry by the time your food comes, do yourself a favor and give yourself a healthy snack. You won't regret it. Again, it helps you to enjoy the moment and stay present, which is what eating should be all about. Okay, this one is a little bit, I don't say tricky, but this one I learned from my mentor, and it's not seen every day. It's preemptive cheats and intermittent sampling. So preemptive cheats are when you're craving something sweet, salty, fruity, chewy, cheesy, whatever it may be, and instead of trying to harness your inner willpower, you acknowledge your craving and allow yourself a bite or two. So some good examples of this are, instead of just trying to like hold back from everything that could have too much fat in it, too much calories in it, allow yourself that because you won't overindulge later. Avocado, breakfast meats are a big one because those are one of the first things you'll eat in the day. Bacon, sausage, something a bit more greasy that may be deemed unhealthy, but it still has protein in it. Once you have that, it's going to satisfy you more than if you just had eggs and veggies or whatever it may be. A little cream in your coffee, nut butters. That one's probably my biggest weakness. And hummus, just something that's going to have your healthy fats in it as well as some protein. Intermittent sampling. Okay, this one I might do a little too well, but it's the practice of tasting everything and binging on nothing. Use it to teach yourself the art of moderation. So you don't have to finish the whole thing. Eat the same on Saturday as you do on Monday. Every week, and this isn't a lie, I stop at City Brew Coffee and order myself 2 cookies, a sugar cookie and a chocolate chip cookie. And I tell myself, those cookies I'm going to have for the whole week. They're going to last me. And if I eat them for the whole week's over, that's it. So I teach myself and prove to myself that I can have 2 cookies that will last me the whole week. And it really, really helps. Again, and this is all my salon coworkers make fun of me for this, but we have the Costco bite-sized candies at the salon. And what I'll do is I'll take one, I'll have a bite of it, and I'll put the other half, mind you, these are tiny, in the cupboard for later. But as much as they make fun of me for this, each one of those candies are 60 calories. If you have 5 a day, that's 300 calories blown on nothing. So all I need when I'm craving something sweet is 1 bite of it. I don't need the whole thing. So that's another great example of intermittent sampling. And you're pretty much at the end of the day, your goal is to be around any type of food and being able to taste it without demolishing it. So I really, 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 really encourage you to try this one. This one's probably, intermittent sampling is probably like my go-to, my end-all be-all. Okay, last but not least, stop when you're satisfied, not full. Again, this one, like I said, it takes practice. It's like shaving your legs. Like it's like the first time you do it when you're in 6th grade, it's really hard. You cut yourself a bunch. But the more you try it, the more second nature it'll become. So it's hard because when we're kids, we're taught to finish our whole plate. But now we're adults and we don't need to do that. But it's hard because we've never learned how to stop when we're satisfied. So my number one rule is stop eating when you're not hungry anymore. I know, I get it. It seems really confusing because we're taught to eat till we're full. But like I said, your food's not going anywhere. It doesn't have legs. It's not going to walk away. It's still going to be there if you need it. That's why they made plastic Ziploc bags and to-go containers. Another thing we get into is a scarcity mindset. So we think that if we don't eat that last bite of pizza or that last piece of pizza on the tray, that's the last piece of pizza we're ever going to have, which is not true. There is always more of where it came from. Again, here's another scale for you. I don't know, like again, this one's a hard one for me, but on a scale from 0 being starving, 10 being full, Thanksgiving dinner full, stop when you're at a 6 or 7. Like I said, there's still more food out there. If you're really, really hungry and you're really, really craving it, you can have more. It's not being taken away from you. One of the ways I do this is when I get to a restaurant, I will cut my portion in half and I'll kind of segment my plate. If I have 50% and I'm still craving more, I'll go for the other, I'll dig into the second half. It's still there. Like I said, it's not going nowhere. If I don't eat it then, I can take it home. It's not a big deal. But trying to show yourself that you can divide it in half and go back for more if you really, really need it. Let's see here. It's also miserable to be so uncomfortable after meals. So if you kind of can just think about, even if you have something to do after a meal, if you're going to go on a walk, if you're going to go meet for someone for a drink, if you're going to stop by a friend's house, you're going to go to a movie, you don't want to be miserable. So this is another really good option to just not feel too full or too uncomfortably full after a meal. Oh shoot, I lost the screen. Let me get back there for you guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, there it is. Okay. Also, it takes your brain 20 minutes to register these chemicals. So even if you're just not hungry anymore, stop for 20 minutes. And if you're still craving food, you can have some. If not, most times you'll probably feel full because it takes 20 to 30 minutes to satisfy that. Okay, so I'm going to ask any questions. If anybody has any questions after this webinar. Okay, we have one. So our first question says, what do I do if I get caught up in the moment and realize that I overate and that I fell off the wagon and ate a bunch of bad foods? Well, let me just tell you this. We're human. It's going to happen. It's always going to happen. Don't beat yourself up. And the minute we label foods as good or bad, creates a sense of we should not have a certain food. So I really encourage you to not label foods as good or bad. Do not set rules. The minute you set a rule, it's meant to break. So don't set rules. That's why we do intermittent sampling and preemptive cheats. Because the minute you set a rule, you're going to break it and then you're going to feel bad about yourself. So I would just say, you know what? Acknowledge it. I sometimes overeat to the point of misery all the time. It just happens. It's the nature of the beast. So get back on the wagon and just practice the next day. It's part of life. Okay, we have another one. Sometimes I feel guilty for ordering a salad when I'm out to eat with my girlfriends because they make fun of me. Okay, I get it. Sometimes it's embarrassing to order a salad or order something healthy when you're out to eat. And so you feel for the fact of being with your peers that you should order something less healthy. You know what? Own it. If they can't appreciate that you're trying to be healthy or that you're ordering something that is nurturing your body and you also like, that's their own fault. Sometimes they make fun of you because they're mad at themselves for not ordering it. So don't beat yourself up. Order the damn salad. You know, my mentor calls her salads BAS, big ass salads, because she gets croutons, chicken, bacon, cheese, avocado, hard-boiled eggs. Like, she makes them delightful. Yeah, I get that some salads are boring as fuck, but not her salads. And you know what? If you want to order salad, order a freaking salad. If they're making fun of you, it's because they're upset with themselves for not making a healthy choice. So just own it and order it and don't care what they think. It's your body, not theirs. Okay, any other questions? No? Okay, well, you always know if you have any other questions, you're always welcome to email me at any time. I'm always here to chat. I look forward to hearing from you all and connecting with you all soon again. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this webinar, and I hope that some of your questions were answered. And like I said, if they're not, I'm always here to chat. Okay, thanks so much, guys. Talk to you soon.
Fitless challenge.